We have now reached the point where a top governor is openly saying Donald Trump has dementia. This started with a simple question from Gavin Newsom to Elon Musk's Grok AI, which is like a funny little detail, by the way, in response to a clip of Donald Trump repeating once again, we're sending gallons and gallons of water to the ocean. We're just dumping, dumping, dumping. Gavin Newsom posted to his Twitter account a question asked of Grok, the AI run by Twitter and Elon Musk. Do people with dementia repeat false things over and over again? As I told you yesterday, Grok's answer was yes. People with dementia can repeat false statements or beliefs, a behavior often linked to memory impairments and cognitive changes. This can manifest as confabulation, where they create or repeat false memories to fill gaps in recollection, or perseveration, where they fixate on a particular idea or statement. Then Gavin Newsom posted the exchange alongside Donald Trump ranting and raving about, water and wildfires and whatever. And Donald Trump, in typical fashion, responded by referring to Gavin Newsom as Gavin Newscum, saying he's got strange hand action, which is a really weird choice given that Donald Trump's own hands have been the subject really between Trump's tiny hands as an old topic and now Trump's bruised hands. Trump's hands are the last thing I'd be talking about if I was him. And the reaction was swift. Immediately, Dementia Dawn trended as a hashtag online, and a whole bunch of nicknames were rolled out. Ancient Orange, Trumpelstiltskin, Velveeta, Voldemort. Some went darker, America's fattest pedophile. I would never do stuff like that. I mean, that's just very, very low grade stuff. But there were people out there who were saying it, of course, related to Donald Trump's alleged involvement with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to go beneath the humor because I think there's something really significant here. The hypocrisy in MAGA world on this issue isn't a bug. It's really the point. And I read a comment online that said something like, the fascist mind, the cult member mind does not care about consistency. Arguments are just weapons. That's all it is. Well, here's what you all used to say about Biden, but now you're not applying it to Trump. We think that exposing the double standard matters, but they don't care about it. It doesn't make a difference. It's not useful to them to care about being logically consistent. They'll just come up with what they can come up with to attack someone they don't like. And then if the same thing would apply to a greater degree even to their guy or gal, they don't talk about it. And when their argument stops working, you drop it, you pick up something else, even if it contradicts the last thing. Trump isn't in the Epstein files. And also, he's in there because Hillary Clinton made the Epstein files and put him in there. Wait, so are you in there or aren't you? Both. Pick the one you want. It's like Mad Libs or something like that. And this dementia angle is stinging Trump, according to people close to him, because the dementia angle combined with the health angle, the cankles and Donald Trump's bruised hands and his swollen eyes and the entire thing, they can't seem to shake it. And even though corporate and legacy media wasn't talking about it for a while, now they are talking about it. Now, I'm regularly getting emails from people in the audience who say, David, I had an elderly relative with cognitive decline, and they would repeat the same old crap just the way Trump does. They would speak incoherently. What Trump describes as the weave, which is the inability really to stay on topic and to actually sequentially and logically think through a topic. That's what my elderly relative did. The inability to process new information, relying on the same stories and phrases that go back decades in many cases. And it's also been pointed out that the cognitive test that Trump brags about, you would only be given such a test if dementia or brain injury were suspected, and that passing it doesn't mean you're fine. It just means it's not so bad you can't identify a camel in a picture book. And that's not really an accomplishment to write home about. So what I think is kind of brilliant and interesting about a governor starting to talk about this, it's not the insult. Anybody can insult. Trump's being forced into a lose-lose because if Trump doesn't respond, we have growing consensus from high-level officials that something's going on with Trump. That's not good for Trump. On the other hand, if Trump does respond and goes, I passed a brain injury test, Gavin Newsom's wrong, it keeps the story in the news cycle. And if Trump ever tries to use it as an excuse to dodge legal trouble in the future, he imagine lawyers said, no, he was cognitively declining, he didn't know right from wrong, then he just looks like a liar. And so Democrats are often allergic to playing hardball. I can't think of many Democrats that are actually fighting right now. Newsom's fighting. Newsom's trying to redistrict in order to get Democrats more seats. Newsom's going right after Trump. Newsom's doing the dementia bomb stuff. And I think a lot of people are kind of tired of the joy and optimism that some Democrats are pushing in the face of an authoritarian movement. This is a movement that thrives on humiliating people and dominating people. And I'm pleased that Gavin Newsom is willing to throw a punch. It's rare in the Democratic Party right now. Now, in the end, whether Trump's decline is only mental, only physical, the culmination of decades of malignant narcissism, it kind of doesn't really matter. What matters here is the emperor has no clothes, no straight line to walk, literally, Trump having trouble walking a straight line, and he doesn't even have coherent thoughts to finish. So I like Democrats pointing this out relentlessly. You can use humor sometimes, you can use bite, you can use snark, but that is going to make it harder for even Fox News viewers to ignore that it smells like something's rotting here. I'm glad Newsom is doing this. Let me know what you think. There was a time when public education meant learning math, science, history, but now we are seeing Bible verses in biology class. We're seeing 10 commandments on the wall, religious chaplains taking the place of trained counselors, and it's all funded by taxpayer money through voucher programs that are sending public dollars to private religious schools. This is part of a broader effort to inject religion into public education. I'm against that. And it often is coming at the expense of real academic standards and the well-being of the students. Now, our sponsor, the Freedom From Religion Foundation, is fighting back. FFRF defends constitutional principles, takes legal action when schools cross the line, and protects students from religious coercion in public classrooms. If you believe in facts, in protecting education, in keeping religion out of public schools, I can tell you this is an organization very much worth supporting. To get involved, go to ffrf.org/school or text David to 511-511. Message and data rates may apply. The link is in the description.